It's your weekly Wednesday welcome to the World Touring E-Series with the Virtual Reality Racing Club. And we move virtually to the Netherlands today, the TT circuit at Assen, our first visit as a club since, I think it was July or August last year with the Cooper Cup. But it's great to be here. It's a circuit that the drivers absolutely love, and that probably means that there'll be lots of judicials, as I think there were a few last week. But less said about that, the better. But we are looking forward to the racing. The we being myself and a very on a Wednesday evening, Lydia Walmsley. Lydia, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
Hi, Richard. Yeah, I'm great. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to this evening. It's been in my calendar for a little while now, so I'm excited to see how it pans out tonight.
We're going to have a chat with you after qualifying about stuff coming up, but feel free to jump in, ask questions of the drivers we're interviewing, and to spot the things that I don't spot, and also to spot the things that I get wrong over the course of the three races that we've got coming up. For any of the new viewers, I need to say, Lydia, you've done this with us before. It was in lockdown, wasn't it, on the mini championship?
It was. It feels like quite a long time ago now, though. But yeah, so when nobody had anything to do, I was chatting about minis around Silverstone, I think it was, wasn't it? I believe. So yeah, good fun.
It was great fun, and of course it led to you coming and doing a bit with us on ITV as well, which was great. So you've been with us on ITV a couple of times, which has been absolutely mega, and we're absolutely thrilled to have you back as we look forward to the halfway point of this campaign. It's the January-February VRRC campaign, and this is the fourth event of the 8-event calendar. So if you've not joined us before, and I suspect, Lydia, you've got a few followers that are joining us for the first time, and if you are a first time watching, you're very, very welcome indeed. Thank you for joining us. And this is the schedule. We started off on January the 8th at Brno, then we went to the fictional, I think loosely based in Romania track of Pascani, then Tor Poznan in Poland last week, Netherlands Assen today, Most next weekend, Ricardo Tormo next, then it's Curitiba round 7 and round 8 Zwarktops, if I can say it correctly, in South Africa. So they are at 8 rounds. That generally is the format that we have on VRRC. And each event, as you can see, qualifying for 15 minutes, followed by 2 15-minute sprint races and then a half-an-hour feature race. Sprint race 1, fastest off the front. Sprint race 2, top 10 reversed from the finishing positions. And then we add the points together. All right, the computer does it. And we reverse the grid totally on points scored from the 2 sprint races for the feature race, race 3. But the excitement doesn't stop there because mandatory tyre stop as well. So the drivers have to change the tyre compound during the course of the 30-minute race. So a bit of strategy to go as well. Quick look back to last week, and it was all change at the top of the table. This is the round results that we had. Craig Curtis taking first position on the points scored over the 3 races last time out. Craig also winning the feature race, so he had a very, very good weekend. Metaphoric weekend. I knew I was going to say weekend at some point. It was an evening, of course. And he won driver of the round as well. So, Lydia, one of the things you'll have to do is think about, with myself and Rich, who should be driver of the round. It doesn't have to be the person that does all the winning necessarily. Second place last week was Josh Martin, who, I was going to say leapt or stepped, should we say, onto the top of the championship standings, which we'll see in a moment. Ahead of the man who was third, Scott Bugner. And Scott was involved last week. I think Scott having a frustrating weekend last weekend, but still delivering great results. And if he was frustrated with third position, that just shows what a fantastic driver Scott Bugner is, along with Craig Curtis and Josh Martin. So that was our top 3, and Craig taking driver of the round. And it left the championship stand as we're going to see them now. Josh, as you can see, 3 points clear. On the graphic, the red score is the dropped score. And remember, the score that's being dropped is a round. So it's the 3 combined races or event that's dropped, rather than 3 individual races, which would be a nightmare to administer. So Josh Martin top from Scott Bugler and Craig Curtis. Andy Carroll is 4th from Alex Forster. Alex, a newcomer to VRRC for this campaign, doing very well indeed, was driver of the round at round 1. Then Adam Lyle, Nathan Smith, who was a real star at round 1. Let's hope that he can get that form back today, is 7th. Chris Blakey, Thomas Potter, who's been flying in the practice sessions that I've been keeping a beady eye on. And the top 10 rounded out by Lee Piercy. So let's move on to the next half of the table. We've got Kenny Press in 11th from Paul Laramie, Alex Walker 13th, Olivia Krishnovska is in 14th from Daniel Heaps, who had a frustrating time last week. He was our interviewee after the qualifying, but he was quick in qualifying, didn't have the luck in the race, but hopefully that will turn around for him today. We missed Jack Dickinson last time. He had PC problems, but he's back with us today, 16th in the championship right now. And then it's John Jones and Sam Walton. Lee Morgan in 19th place, the Formula 1000, used to be known as Formula Jedi driver. And you'll see at the bottom of the graphic, Jack Smith, our multi-champion with VRRC, makes his debut in the World Touring Car Championship campaign today, having been away with work commitments. And I dare say we'll get to catch up with Jack, because he usually manages to squeeze in a podium, if not a top step. We'll see how it pans out for him. But Jack Smith's certainly one to watch out for as we head out on the track here at Assen. So talking about Assen, this is the TT circuit. It is a real good technical circuit. 18 corners of varying shapes and size, a little bit of gradient here and there as well, and a real challenge for the drivers. We'll talk about who won what last time we were here, but in the meantime, let's head on to our hot lap to give you an idea of what's coming up. Our guide once again around the circuit is Andy Carroll, and we obviously start on the start-finish line going down into the right-hander. Harboff, turn 1, the right-hander. We turn in and we head down towards another right-hand kink for turn 2. Turn 3 is Magic, believe it or not. Actually, that's turn 2, Magic. Osserbröden is the turn 3. And then eventually we get to turn left at turn 5 before we get a little bit more straight time here at Assen, and this is where we could get a few challenges coming around. You can see we get a little bit of a flick around to the right, but good straight stuff. Under the gantries we head up towards the next right-hander, which is turn 6, and then the left-hander at turn 7. Turn 8 is another right-hander, second rock corner, and very neatly there over the curbs, out on the other side as well as we head again, slightly right-handed. The next left-hander is De Boot, and that is turn 9. A very short run down to the next right-hander, which is Mandeveen, and we go through Mandeveen turn 10. That continues brown right-hander into Dunkersloot, which is turn 11. By the way, Lydia, I don't expect you to worry too much about the pronunciation of the corner names. Very much on the home run now. Very much on the home run now. As we head around the left-hand curve heading back, you can see the pit complex and start-finish grade, but we've got the turn 16, 17 and 18 to negotiate through. It's going to be difficult for anyone to pass here. Change to Thruxton, isn't it, coming through the chicane on the last part of the lap. We cross the line, the time set there by Andy Carroll, 1 minute 41.14, and that's the kind of times that are underway